Welcome to OMAT. Glad you're here. Let's get started. Before we get into our 8 exercises, I want to talk about this. What's up with your goal? The one that you keep saying, if I started 5 years ago, I would be in such a great place right now. But if you start now, you won't have to say that in 5 years. And here's the thing about the place that you thought that you would be in 5 years from the time that you started. That was all fantasy. In that fantasy, every effort that you make goes into the right place, and you are absolutely in this great place in 5 years. But you can't predict things like that. What happens when you start working is, oh, well, what is this work going to get me? What result am I getting? Am I going on the right path? There's all this doubt. You can't have uncertainty when you start working, but you can be certain if you don't start working, you will not have that. And you will say that again in 5 years. So start today. Start something. Do the smallest thing. Let's get into our work. This is the smallest thing. This is the practice of doing the smallest thing. So let's get present. That's one of the smallest things we can do. Slow down. Understand that no one is rushing us here. Let's see what 1 minute feels like when we get into our first exercise. Let's look for some gratitude for today. Just for today, find it from your week. Repeat it from the one yesterday. It doesn't matter. Let's get into that state of mind right now. Let's wrap for now. Finding water. And what we're finding is a way to get in and out of exercise, in and out of work, in and out of effort. I'm now going to put effort into meditation. And that's what right now is. So let's do right now. As we practice being present, we practice doing the work of present time. So let's sit in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed, and breathe. As we come back, let's find our water. And with that exercise, maybe we found a little control. I get to decide what I think about. Or maybe we didn't. We saw that we don't have control. Everything was distracting us. That's still okay. We were practicing, trying to get out of distraction. That's a muscle that could be worked out. Let's keep going. Let's write it down. Again, a muscle. Everything that's going on in your mind could be changed, shifted, and it is up to you. Writing is one of the ways that it shifts it. And as we see that our thoughts can be in different places, we can see what the result of that is. We could see that it releases us or burdens us or whatever it is. Let's take the experiment to see what writing our thoughts does as opposed to thinking our thoughts. Let's see. Let's wrap for now. And again, we're practicing wrapping. That could be hard. Let's have water. Helps us transition. Also helps us wash down what we just wrote. Maybe we don't like it. Let's walk away from it if we can. Move away from it however you can. We're going to get into our body a little bit more. And do a sun salutation. I'm not going to have a lot of instruction here because we've been practicing a sun salutation for a while, but I will tell us the poses. Let's stand if we could stand and inhale the arms out and then up, looking up. Fold forward. Hang over your feet with a rounded back. Bent knees. Let's halfway lift, flatten the back, look up, straighten the legs. Hands could hang or be on the shins. Let's meet in a plank pose, a high plank, excuse me. Plant your palms down, step your feet back, and then lower slowly all the way down. Once you get down there, push your palms, your chest comes up, head comes up. Meet in down dog, hips up into an upside down V. Walk your feet forward towards your hands and start rolling up, meeting the palms above the head and exhaling them down to the center of the chest. That is a sun salutation. Find the water. Maybe you changed it. It's a stretch salutation, whatever version you did, fantastic. Even if you just lifted your arms in the air and looked up, you can feel the difference in your body. Let's keep going into our plank. This is a 60-second plank that starts just by getting up in that pose. So that's what we're going to concentrate on. Get your mind and your body ready. What does that look like? What does that feel like? And get that go music going in your head. Dun, 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 dun. Whatever you need, we're going in 3, 2, 1. And up in plank with your amazing strength that you are proving to yourself. Whether you're on your knees with this or whatever pose, that's 10 seconds. You have accepted the challenge and done it. Now you know you're a person who follows through. And that's 20 seconds. Now, when's a good time to start the plank? Right now, because otherwise you're going to say, I could have planked for 1 minute for the last year or whatever. That starts now and has 30 more seconds. We are more than halfway done. Where's your strength? Where do you find it? Find it within you. Put it here for 20 seconds. What does that mean? That's what we're finding out. In this plank pose, we can find out that telling our body, hey, I need another moment from you for 10 seconds, how that works, how your mind and body work together. Find the strength together for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Come down off the plank. Maybe get a stretch pose in. Find some water. And find the credit. You know, once we get up into that pose, we go, oh, this is a real thing. And we could feel it. So when we get down off the pose afterwards, we have to remember, I want to get into that pose, as uncomfortable, as challenging that is. That's why we say, I did it. We acknowledge all the things that we do so that we can more easily repeat them later. Let's keep going. Procrastination. Did you do something this week that broke procrastination? Repeat that. Every time you repeat it, that muscle gets worked out. Try something new. It doesn't matter. This is experimental. We will not beat ourselves up about it. We will attempt to do something. Let's get going. Find the smallest task right now. Let's wrap for now. Find the water. And this is like what I was saying earlier. If I start now, I have started no matter what. It doesn't matter what the results are. The effort has begun. If I throw something out today, that doesn't mean my place is just going to be clean. But if I don't throw it out, there's definitely some garbage on the ground. So the certainty comes with, if I don't do it, then I definitely have something on the ground. If I do it, I'm on my way to something that I like better. Let's go into connection. Maybe you haven't reached out to anyone this week. That might start feeling lonely. Reach out to someone. Say hello. Say I'm thinking about you. Tell them a little bit about yourself. Maybe you're having a rough week. And if it's not a friend, it could be a therapist. All these things count. Let's use that muscle, that important muscle, and look to connect right now. Let's wrap for now. Finding the water. Finding a way to understand why that's an exercise. It feels vulnerable and sometimes uncomfortable. And sometimes I can't hit send. Sometimes I don't know who to send it to. But again, that muscle's worked out and my brain knows I am looking to connect. If it doesn't happen in this minute, that muscle works its way into the rest of the day. Let's go into our aerobics. Shake it off, move it off, dance it out, walk it off, whatever you need, but let's get going. Let's move in 3, 2, 1. We're moving. We're moving. That's what we're doing right now. You want to get present in present time. This is what we allotted. We allotted the time to move, and we did it for 10 seconds. Start right now if you haven't started. Make sure that you're breathing. As time passes, follow your breath for a couple of breaths. That's 20 seconds. Now, this is the final exercise of our OMAT meeting here, so let's put the energy that we could muster up into it. What do you have for 30 more seconds without hurting yourself, of course? We're not pushing to push. We're pushing to see how strong we actually are. For 20 more seconds, let's find what we could put into this. We're experimenting slowly at the pace that is comfortable. For 10 more seconds, we are challenging ourselves to keep going if we're not hurting ourselves. Find the will and the way for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. That's the OMAT meeting. Those are the OMAT exercises. Thank you